Hello, everyone. My name is Buddy Bear 83, and welcome back to Password. In the last episode, we had like a dream slash memory sequence with Dave's dad, David, and then we talked to Haas, and then we ended with this beautiful CG. I don't know what's going to be happening next. All I do know is I know the last episode was short, but this time it will be longer. Without a further ado, let's get started. The morning was crisp and fresh as I stood looking out at the horizon. Perhaps it was the mountain air that made everything seem so alive. I smirked at the irony. Alive? Why was it that it was only recently? Alive? Why was it that it was only recently that the whole concept of morality was being brought up again? Someone's messing with me, right? Sighing out, I ran my hands through my fur, thinking back to my dream. At least I was pretty sure it was just a dream. Losing dad was hard enough, and something that I forced down on a daily basis. Something that just made it easier to cope. I missed him every day. But now was I some cruel reality that had some that had me facing my friends, dying too. Not that I had some options. I could run away like a coward and let this be something. I could run away like a coward and let this be someone else's problem. As Dad said, everyone dies eventually, right? But could I live with myself knowing that I had a chance to do something and didn't? It was much the same as staying here and asking nothing bad happening. If talking to Osmond had meant anything, and seeing things in the vault, the threat seemed real enough, which only left one real option, and that was to face this head on. Like father, like son, huh? I smirked for all of a second, thinking about how I was unintentionally following in Dad's footsteps in some way. Maybe I make an alright detective. I could get my nerves under control. Oh my god, Sal's joining us! Hold on. Oh my god. I don't know why the CG isn't finished. I honestly I don't even know if the game is like done at this point, but it's nice to see more CGs of the characters. This is nice. Maybe this will be the thumbnail. Hmm. Yeah, this is definitely going to be the thumbnail. I watched a cell exited the house and come to stand by me. He didn't say anything at first, scratching the back of his head, awkwardly. When I didn't say anything else, he took initiative. Uh, Good morning. Did you sleep alright? Yeah, it was nice. The faintest tingle of red crossed Red's scales as he proceeded what I said. Why are you up early? Oh, just a lot on my mind. What about you? I woke up and you weren't there. I was worried. Ah, sorry. I didn't want to wake you. It's fine. I was just concerned. It's fine. Promise. I just need some time to think about a decision. Is it a hard decision? Not really. I'm fairly certain I know what I want to do, but it's not going to be easy. Can I help? Not really. I just had, uh, I wasn't sure if I should be bringing this up with Sal, knowing how tender it was for myself, let alone how well he'd take it. But let's just say I had a dream that gave me some strength. I think I understand. As the sun started to rise over the trees, Sal put an arm briefly over my shoulder as we watched it rise. Oh, please tell me that's a CG. Nope. Oh well. But still though. Hold on, I'm just gonna imagine it. Oh yeah, that's cute. He was quiet, but in a way that just made things easier. I felt as though Sal understood. If I can help, you only need to say the word, okay? Really? He mumbled in affirmative before stepping away. You've got a kind heart, Dave. That's worth protecting. Well, I hope I can repay the favor someday, Sal. Hopefully. What are you going to do now that you're up? Is it time for the morning swim? No, not this morning. I think I might have to go for a longer sleep. That's unlike you. I thought you were all for getting an early start. Oh, got my voice. Sal chuckled, shaking his head and shooting me a smile. Resting is important too. Don't forget to rest if you need it. At the rate I'm going, I think might just wait until it's time for coffee. With a nod, Sal wandered back inside, shakily at first before finding his balance. I wondered who was really protecting who. Sal was big and straddled that fine line between protector and someone that needed protecting. Maybe that's why he had some sort of understanding. Watching the sun rise higher in the morning sky for a little longer, I let my mind wander. A couple of minutes later, and I figured that there was no better time for coffee if I was going to stay up rather than follow Sal's lead and getting some additional sleep. Ah, there's that music. Although I think I might turn it down just a bit. Because when I edit my videos, it's a little bit different. Eh, somewhere around there. It was quiet, despite having the chance to talk to someone already. I felt slightly lonely. If it wasn't for the faint hum from the coffee machine brewing, I wouldn't been in complete silence. I wondered if Benson was awake, as I assumed he'd probably come and make breakfast for Oswin at some point. Maybe there'd be a chance to talk. Looking over my shoulder, I saw the freezer and I frowned, thinking back to what I've seen. How had Sal ended up in there? Why? Was it the sleepwalking? Now that I thought about what he would Now that I thought about what he was Oh my god. Now that I thought about what he had told me to do, it didn't make much sense, did it? Especially what he said in the greenhouse as well, as someone wanted him dead. I shook my head, trying to keep my thoughts focused on coffee. Coffee first, investigating the death conspiracies afterwards. Even just thinking about it in that way made me feel a little crazy. It was enough to make me wonder just how much my friends believed me on this, and how much was, well, really just all in my head. A sudden ding from the machine in front of me signaled that it was done. I'd already prepared my mug, the coffee. I already prepared my mug, the milk, and had the sugar on standby. Wasting no more time, I poured myself a mug of coffee and sighed out at the familiar scent. A sound from behind me made me spin around, leaving my coffee on the counter. Ah, hi Benson. How you doing?
Good morning, Master Dave.
Good morning.
Someone's up early. Having trouble sleeping?
It's a long story.
Well, don't mind me. I just have to fetch breakfast for Master Osmond.
I didn't hear you come in, honestly. You're very quiet.
Well, I do have my ways. You should know. Well, I do have my ways. You should be no stranger to secret passages by now.
Oh?
Don't mind me. I'll be gone before long.
What even does a guy like Osmond eat for breakfast? I've been wondering what someone with that much money has as their diet.
Children's cereal.
Oh my god. The blank look I was giving him made me shake his head before he strode over to the pantry to pull out a box from the back. Oh my god.
He's a man of simple taste. If I wasn't around, chances are he'd subsist mostly on his sugar, laden rubbish, and instant noodles.
God, what is he, a college student? Good thing he has you around then, huh?
Indeed.
And it didn't take long to assemble a tray of food before heading out of the kitchen into the hallway leading to the foyer. I listened as he left, wondering if I could hear another door opening to hit where the passage might be, but nothing. It was my nose that was strong, not my ears. Taking a sip from the coffee, I reinforced my decision to stay up and wait for the others to resurface. Chances were that Sal and Haas would be up first, followed by Orlando, then Roswell, Dean, then Tyson. Or at least, that was my guess. But chances are that everyone is going to want breakfast, right? But maybe Benson was going to sort that out after he tended to Oswin. Still. Ooh, weird. Let's make some breakfast. Breakfast time. I took another gulp of coffee before nodding to myself. Making lunch wasn't hard. Breakfast wouldn't be any Making lunch wasn't hard. Breakfast wouldn't be any different. Besides, it was just another thing I could do to keep them together. We're all in this together. Something, I don't remember. Ah, High School Musical. A fond smile found its way on my face as I recalled the dream I had while I couldn't do bacon and eggs. I could do the next best thing. Sure, I've been through this dance once while we're here, so another time wouldn't hurt. Collecting the ingredients wasn't hard. I knew what to look for. Beyond that, mixing the batter up wasn't hard either. Okay, let's get this underway. Oh, this is so cute. Making pancakes, making pancakes. Aw, this is so cute. I remembered once that Orlando kept things warm in the oven, and given how many pancakes I was planning on making, I needed to make sure they stayed the same. This is cute. Oh my god. Turning it on the Turning it on and putting it at the lowest setting should have been fine. The oven itself had a keep warm setting, so that should have been fine, right? As I cooked off the batter, I just thought of Dad. Goofy smile on my face. Maybe a part of it was how I looked forward to doing this for someone I'd loved one day. Hey, we're finally getting the squad. You need some coffee, and you look fine. By the time I was ready, I headed on into the dining room, with the pancakes keeping warm in the oven. Oh, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
It's been quite a while.
Good morning, Dave. Been cooking?
Yeah, I figured that I'd try making breakfast for everyone. Just,
I'm not sure I do, but seeing you in high spirits is nice all the same. Sal though.
I'm fine. Just tired still. What happened to taking a nap? Sal shot Orlando a quick look before turning back to me. His voice was hushed as he seemed to choose his words carefully. I I had another distraction this morning that prevented me from sleeping in. Oh,
Oh, I didn't realize that you had been sleeping with Sal. I'm sorry?
it's fine. God, what is wrong with my voice today? It's fine. Things have just been very busy lately. I laughed, scratching the back of my head and giving Sal a weary smile. Well, worst case scenario, you could always have a nap later. Sal grumbled, half shaking his head, but left the comments there. As far as I could tell, he seemed resolved to stay awake now. We chatted for a while, waiting for the others to arrive. One by one, they filed in and sat down, and when everyone was seated, I went and retrieved the breakfast. I wandered to the oven and checked the pancakes I left in there. Not burning, so that's a plus. Assembling the rest of what I needed, I made my way back into the dining room. When we were all settled and we started to eat, coffee was had, and while a lot of us seemed tired, there were smiles. Even I wore one, but it was hard to maintain.
Ugh.
I might need a nap after this episode. I wasn't sure I was willing to go through with what I had originally planned. Thinking about it, well, you'll be by yourself for one thing, but seeing all my friends at the table, feeling that I alone was responsible for keeping them alive. Ugh, I don't feel so good.
What was that, Dave?
He said he didn't feel well. Is it nausea, stress? We've had coffee, so it can't be that. Sal slid over a glass of water to me and took it eagerly, drinking quickly.
Jeez, what's going into you?
I snuck a glance at Sal before looking away. His hand found my shoulder, and he looked at Houdin, addressing him directly. I mentioned something to Dave to make him worry. Perhaps it's best if I go talk to him about it.
Can always just talk to it out here, right?
Not this stuff. It's a bit sensitive. Private. As Sal stood up, he eased me up with him, so we were standing beside the table. With a nod to Dean, he led the way out to the foyer. How long have we been recording? Give me 1 second, everyone. We can keep going for another 10 minutes or so. All right. Uh, did I read this? Silently, the pair of us made our way towards the foyer, towards the back door, so we were far away from the dining room for some level of privacy. And Sal's hands trembled once we were in the clear, looking me over. "Y- You're you're not doing too well, are you?" I'm really scared, Sal. Do you need my help? Maybe? I don't know. His hands fell still as they landed on my shoulders, kneeling them gently. I will protect you. Just tell me how. I don't know, Sal. Is it a matter of trust? No, no, not that, just. I sat out, slipping under Sal's hands. I had a dream about my dad last night. Uh, I think I understand. You're hurting. Maybe? Dave, let me help you. Okay, but I don't know what. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing, Sal. Well, let's start with the dream. What was it that you had to decide this morning that got you out of bed? I I'm worried. Ever since Benson, it's been, well, I'm worried if it's going to happen again. What if I mess with the vaults and, well, then don't go there again. But that's the thing. What if not going there is a problem? What if going there is the only chance to stop it happening? Sal sighed, pulling away. He seemed to consider what I said for a few moments before he spoke again. I don't know. Are you sure? Well, it's just what happened when we found you sleepwalking and when Benson. Fine. Then what do we do? I don't think we can wait for something. Wait for someone to die? Alright, which doesn't really leave us many options. We can't really question Benson about what happened, can we? Probably not. He seemed flattered that we went looking for a gun as it was, but then we. Not that. I really like the idea of it, but this is the only. Oh my god. Then, not that. I really like the idea of it, but this is the only option I can offer you. I whined, looking to the floor. Okay, but I'll probably need time to prepare. Then I'll come too. Oh, I meant like having a shower to freshen up. And just maybe finding stuff to write with. Oh, that's not that much of a problem. Isn't that kinda intimate though? That. Oh, no. I meant. Uh, I suppose I'll just let you get ready. I didn't mean anything by it. Right, well, I'll try not to be long. I wandered upstairs and rubbed my face the moment I stepped into my room. Oh boy. Yay, shower time! So many CGs in this episode. Thinking under the hot water, I wondered how best to tackle this problem I had. I felt something safer having Sal telling me that he wanted to protect me, so that was a plus. But at the same time, I was a little scared. What if I mess this up? Would it be better to tag in someone like Roswell or Orlando to help figure things out? Then again, someone was able to manipulate Sal. Did that make him more dangerous to lean on? Clean and freshly dried, I stepped into my bedroom and got changed. My head was clear, but I wasn't ready. Are you ready? Ah, Sal! I must have zoned out, spinning around to watch him as he entered my room. Should I come back later? You look freshly showered. Well, yeah, but... Oh, come back later. There's not much point now. I figured I'll just grab what I need to and we can get started. What sort of things did you need? Well, I figured I'd bring this along. I flashed in my journal that I brought after I finished it out of my bag. Book? Yeah, I was planning on using it as maybe a scrapbook or a journal for a holiday, but, well, but you haven't started filling it in. With everything going on, I just haven't felt like it. Right. Maybe it would have been better if we went to the beach. You would have collected some shells for your book. I don't think they'll stick in all that well. Maybe, but if they were small. Plus, well, probably need a phone just in case. Just in case what? We're just sticking around the mansion, aren't we? Well, sure, but what if we decide not to? I suppose that doesn't hurt. Sure, I'll have mine too. You know, just in case. That's what I was thinking. Well, now what? Looked at my phone, remembering that I left it on before. I looked at my phone, remembering that I let it run out once before, and if this was going to be a lifeline, I should remember to keep it charged. I didn't really get that far. Not outside investigating what happened to you, I guess. Sal grumbled, scratching his neck. Alright. That means, Whining, I looked to the door to the bedroom. The freezer. Right. Well, we don't have to do this. We could do something else. And you'll be fine with that. Or would this eat you up until the stress made you pull out your fur? Well, what do you mean? Orlando says you do it when you're upset, pulling your fur out. Oh yeah, I guess I do. I don't know, a bad habit I picked up, I guess. Then maybe when you're upset, maybe do what Dean does. And what does Dean do exactly? What's that? Dean comes Dean comes to me and tries to hug me as hard as I can. Oh, whoops. Dean comes to me and tries to hug me as hard as he can. He hasn't hurt me much. He hasn't hurt me yet, and you're much smaller, so maybe you can try that too. Don't see you hurting anytime soon. No sooner were the words out of his mouth than I threw my arms around him and hugging him as tight as I could. Then slowly he returned the hug. Not hard enough to hurt, but much tighter than I was used to anyone else hugging. He was firm, less fluffy, and soft than any of the others, and it was different feeling, almost like hugging a tree. As I stepped back, I sat side out. Sal was looking down at me with a warm smile. and I started to feel something, replacing the worry I had moments before.
Feeling better.
A little, I think, but I still think we should try looking into things.
Alright, shall we head downstairs and get started?
I suppose so, yeah. Sal and I headed downstairs, passing through the foyer again, then through the dining room towards the kitchen. Alright, I think this is a good place to stop. Alrighty. That was an emotional time for Dave, but I'm glad that helped out. I wonder what we're gonna find in the next episode. Maybe some clues, maybe some answers. I mean, this is like full on horror movie. Full on horror movie mode now. Anyway. Anyway, if you liked the episode, please stick around for more. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell. This was Buddy Bear 83. Take care. Bye.